This is Palantir on the 5-minute time frame. Here are your price targets for Monday. We ended the week at $32.08, up 2.75%. To the north side from where we are takes us back to the middle of the trend and the baseline and resistance and a potential take profit area at 32.28. Above that at 2 standard deviations, roughly 32.86. 33.17, and should we be so lucky as to get to 4 standard deviations, but don't hold your breath, that would be $33.46. To the south side, back at -2 standard deviations and 1 level of support, 31.69, 31.38, and roughly 31.09. Note the clear buy-in signal right here at -2 standard deviations. Resistance, sell-off, another level of resistance and a sell-off there as well. This gap opened up, still in play, taking us down to 29.56, but we are moving farther away from it. We are going up on the 5 and moving again away from this level. But that can turn around in a heartbeat. But things are looking nice for Palantir, finally. I've been in this one for a long time. We've had a lot of ups and downs, and it's nice to see the gains here. Let's see, we've got this gap also not in the channel, not in the zone, not even close, just something to be aware of. That will take us down to 24.18. This gap closed. This one has closed as well, so I will clean that chart up, taking us down to 26.45, but we bounced off of that and then made our way back down. And that gap is done to the south side at 25.89. Let me delete that. So it's good to go through and clean up the charts periodically, which I need to do more often. All right, that's Palantir on the 5-minute. Let me go over actually 2 cannabis stocks that I got stopped out of today, and I meant to go through it and change the sell limits, but I have been traveling. I only just got back yesterday and I didn't check. So that is not good because I could have eked out some more gains. But oftentimes I do like to set my sell limit when I buy because I get so busy, but then I have to periodically check it to make sure I still want to keep it where I set it. Now let me give you the price targets first. My chart looks like a hot mess because I've been in this one many times. It's dangerous though. A warning. We ended the day at 227, up 10%. The 52-week low, 177. The 52-week high, 378. The 1-year price target is $3, which represents a 32% return from where we are. So on the 5, we ended at 227. To the north side takes us to 1 level of resistance, 231, 236, and 241. Back at the middle of the trend and the baseline and support from where we are, 220. This gap forms to the south side, beginning at, just move that over here, 216, roughly. -2 standard deviations, 210, 205, and 199. Right? And did I say that? 199? Okay. And then we have this gap to also be aware of. That will take us down to 192. And note the clear buy-in signal here at support. Didn't quite make it to this line, but it never does. Oftentimes it doesn't, but that's as far as you're going to get with with resistance and then it cracks down, but this is a clear sell area. So I bought this. The last time I bought it was at 190 on the 5th. Okay. I could have gotten out here. And that would have been, oh, let me get rid of this magnet. It makes my chart wonky. All right. So that could have been a 9% return, but I wasn't paying attention. Then we dipped down, should have bought more, didn't. Grinding along the baseline, middle of the trend. That can change. It can go sideways too, but in this case, it went up a little bit. And so I set my sell order to sell at this point. Normally I like to go 1 or 2 pennies over, and I didn't, but I was happy because I wanted a gain of more than, well, a gain of around 10%. But in this case, from where I bought it, I waited to sell at this point at 217. And look at this. I'm going to change this to green because it looks like one long line and it's not. I will change it to this green so you can tell that what is it? And now I think I like that one better. So this was my sell right here, and that triggered on Friday this morning. At what time did it trigger? Okay. Roughly 1:35. And then had I paid attention, I sold out here, but we made it, this is 2, this is 3, and we hit almost 4 standard deviations at that time. So I did leave some money on the table, but at least I got out. I still own Grow Generation. All right, so from where I bought it at 190, this is what I like to do as well. So here and there. Let me make sure my coordinates are correct. Bought at 190, sold out at 217. So that gave me a 14% return. So I I don't like to buy up here. I don't like to buy and then sell higher. That's just not the way I trade. So I will wait for a pullback and cross my fingers that we'll get to this level, and I'll set an alarm, or maybe I'll just set a buy-in level and be done with it. But then sometimes I kick myself because it goes lower and then I just bought in if I let the computer do it and set my level. So it depends on what your strategy is. If you're too busy, then you just have to set it and forget it. There's a gap here that closed, so we gapped down. So anticipate the fill up, and that did at 196. Okay, so that's Grow. The next one I got stopped out of today, hit a sell limit as well, is MSOS. I have many shares of this for myself and for my mom. So let's give you the price targets really quickly. So we were at 758 for the end of the day, up 2.43%. And this is an ETF, so there are no price targets. So you make your own, and you can do that using the standard deviations on whatever time frame you play. So to the north side, let's say 68, 774, and my previous buy-in line right here at 4 standard deviations, 780. To the middle of the trend, 755, 743, 736, and 730. Note the clear buy signal here, 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 and up here. Right? So where did I buy this? I regret selling out of this because I didn't mean to. I could have just kept it a little longer because I do have some shares still that I'm upside down, and that would have been a good dollar cost averaging price for me, but that's okay. I will get back in this trade. I've been in this trade many times. Again, this is a dangerous one because it tanked when the market tanked, and now we're rebounding like crazy. All right, I bought in at 650. Well, let me show you where I bought. So I bought in here, didn't pay attention, could have sold out here, could have bought in more down here. I mean, there are many opportunities, but opportunities, but the problem is I trade so many tickers that I don't pay attention. And then I left for a while, and now I'm back, and now I can start paying attention. But then I get busy. Anyway, so 650 is where I bought in, and I got stopped out right there. So I bought in at 650, sold out at 760 for a return of 16.93%. So I got to be happy with that. All right, but let me just move this over so you can see. So we wicked up even more, and that would have been roughly a 17%. Hey, better than keeping your money in the bank making nothing. Now, because this is an ETF, let me show you what the targets are for the monthly. If I can make sense of this. Okay, ignore all the pink lines. I've been in this trade so many times. All the green lines. Oh, wait. Our previous sell lines. So I sold out at 10.20 at one point. I think that's the highest. Okay. So on the daily, this is where we are, 758. So one target will be in the big picture here, which would take us back to 893 in the big picture. And oops, from where we are, the channel would be 655 to the downside. And look, I've got to clean up this. This is a gap to the downside at 604. I will load the boat if that happens. Okay, there are all these gaps. I have to clean this up when I finish recording because I don't want to bore you with closing out these gaps. Let me just show you what we look like on the daily. I mean, on the monthly. I've got to get going though. Got to go to dinner. And here we are. So, oh, look. Oh my gosh. I think I've sold out of these price targets in the past, but I never marked it out because I wasn't really doing a video. But I don't know what the heck I did. Okay. But I definitely know I traded this area recently. I've got to go back and look at my account. So, and that is MSOS, and High Tide is a pretty popular one too. I'm no longer in this one. I've sold out everything, but let's just do that. Do one more for you, and I've got to get going. $203 is where we ended. 208, 211, 214, 201, 195, 192, and 188. All right, that does it for me. Have a great weekend, and let's make some money.